Morning, guys. Morning, 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 morning. How is everybody doing this morning? We still got that gorgeous 7 brew coffee, but I wanted to talk about the book boyfriend list, right? This is a list that most bookish influencers have. They have their top 5 book boyfriends, right? The guys from books that they just love. They absolutely devour. And I have 5. I have way more than 5. But we're going to talk about my top 5 and why they are where they are. Okay? There's some shifting, and there's constantly some shifting because you read new books, you have new book boyfriends. That's the way that it goes. Okay? But we're talking about it. If you watched my last video about Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, you will know my number 1. My number uno. My man. The myth, the legend. Mr. Lucas Blomqvist. Or Blomqvist. It's a Swedish last name. The man's from Sweden. That's my number 1 book boyfriend right now, you guys. I don't know if I'm just obsessed with that book right now. And I have not in probably 5 years had a book boyfriend that wasn't a fantasy book boyfriend. This man right here, he took the cake. He is such a great personality. He's gorgeous, obviously. He's Swedish. He's funny. But his personality really ate for me. So that is why he is my number 1. I could not find a flaw in the man when I was reading that book. It was almost like Ali Hazelwood wrote that man for me. That's how I felt when I was reading it. And I was like, does she know I like? So I had to do it. My number 2, and I think it's also vibes, right? What you're reading at the time. I just read Onyx Storm. My number 2 book boyfriend is Garrick Tavis from the Fourth Wing Empyrean books. You might be like, who the fuck is Garrick? He is Xaden's right-hand man. Yes, I love me some Xaden Ryerson. How can you not? But there is something about Garrick, and always has been for me. He's such a small character in those books, but she's slowly giving us more, and I want more because maybe the reason he's one of my top book boyfriends is because so much of his personality is built in my head, where I'm like, Garrick is my number 2. You're welcome. Like I said, I just read Onyx Storm, and so maybe that's why. But I love that man. I've loved that man since Fourth Wing. And even though we get so little of him, man, I wrote a fan fiction about Garrick, and it has like 160,000 reads. So, yeah, that's my man. That is my man. I hope we get more of his story, because right now I have to build so much of it myself. But thank you to Rebecca Yaros for initially creating this character. He's amazing to me. In my head. Number 3 is Kingfisher from Quicksilver. My favorite book of last year was Quicksilver, and Kingfisher's the man. He is absolutely one of my favorites. He's my number 3 on this list. When it comes to fantasy boyfriends, he is pretty well tied with my number 4, but I do give the edge to Quicksilver. My number 4 is Rune Dannon from the Crescent City SJM series. You're not going to find any of the ACOTAR guys on here. Mostly because my favorite ACOTAR guys are Lucian and Azriel, and we don't have their books yet. That doesn't mean I don't freaking love Rhysand. I think I'm going to do a reread this year. That doesn't mean I don't love Rhysand. And that doesn't mean I don't love Cassian. I love Cassian. I think he is just Delicious. And they would be on my book boyfriend list, but they're not my top 5. I am a Rune Dannon girly when it comes to SJM men, not man, men. I don't know. It's something about that bad boyness that does it for me when it comes to Rune Dannon in that world. So if we lived in the Crescent City world, I would want the baddest motherfucker because that world is nuts, right? And Rune Dannon is that to me. You've also got the Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Val Baron Fae, finish the sentence. That's appeasing, right? Is that not appeasing? Come on. So Rune Dannon gets the number 4. And then we're going to round out my number 5 with a old classic. He has been in my top 5 since I was 19 years old. He almost didn't make the cut this time, guys. It was real hard because I've got some bangers on my shelves. And I also read Wind and Truth this year, and Adolin is my favorite character in that series. And we got a lot of Adolin this one, and I just really love him. But my number 5 goes to Mr. Jamie Fraser of the Outlander world by Diana Gabaldon. Book or TV show, okay? Because Sam Hugan does a phenomenal job with Jamie Fraser's character. But let me see if I can grab it without disturbing absolutely everything. My copy of Outlander, my paperback copy of Outlander, looks like this for a reason. For a reason, guys. Jamie is my OG book boyfriend. When I didn't even know it was called book boyfriend, I was 19 and living in Germany, and somebody, like a friend of mine online, sent me a copy of Outlander. I don't think it was that copy. It was a paperback copy. It very well could be that copy, but for some reason, I think that something happened to my original copy of Outlander. It could be that one, though. But my friend Sam, this is how throwback it is. We had a live journal. I had a live journal when I was 19 and living in Europe. And my friend Sam lived in Canada. And she also had a live journal. We were friends. We would chat every day almost on there. Most of my friends at that time were German nationals that I was hanging out with. But I kept in contact with some friends from high school and some friends that I had met through LiveJournal via the internet. And she mailed me a care package when I was just having a really rough time. And in that care package was a paperback copy of Outlander. And she was like, you have to read this. And it became my entire personality for probably 2 or 3 years. I went to Scotland just last year, or a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that, when I was like 36, 37 years old. And it was like a dream come true for me since I was 19. So that man can never fall off the list, I don't think, just because he is the OG book boyfriend, Jamie Fraser. So to recap, we have Lucas Bloomfist. We have Brain Spasm, Garrick Tavis. We have, why am I sucking? Lucas Bloomfist, Garrick Tavis. I know Rune Dannon's right here. Quicksilver, Kingfisher, Lauren. I don't know why I'm like not doing this. Lucas Bloomfist. Then we have Garrick Tavis. We have Kingfisher. I could not think of his name. Rune Dannon, Jamie Fraser, top 5. Those are, if you are looking for a book boyfriend, if you are in the market, if you're not a big reader and you're like, I need one of those in my life, recommend any of those 5 books. Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. The Fourth Wing whole series by Rebecca Yarros. Quicksilver. I don't think of the author's name. I'm so sorry. Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas, and then Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. They're all hitters when you're looking for a little romance in your life. So yeah, that's my top 5 book boyfriends. I'm going to stop doing the hand thing now. But I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out today. Happy Valentine's Day. If I haven't already said it, happy Valentine's Day weekend, because yeah, that's one of the reasons why we did the love episode today. And I hope that you guys have an amazing, amazing week. And if you have a Valentine, celebrate with them, make them feel special. If you don't have a Valentine, make yourself feel freaking special and get yourself a little something. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later.